Hi everyone, and welcome to the playoff edition of Smoke Signals. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach Wayne Coleman. Coach, congratulations in the playoffs for the second year in a row. It's got to feel good.
It does. You want to try to, raise your expectations every year, and so that needs to be an expectation of our kids, and it's good to be there again.
So many distractions last week. We talked about it on the show last week, and of course, you had 23 seniors that on senior night with all the other students being honored, a lot of activities, and of course it was the last game at Tomato Bowl till the reconstruction starts, honoring the veterans, all kinds of distractions, and yet your team came out and just seemed so laser focused from, just from the get-go, except for the first couple of drives, and then, man, it just kicked in.
Yeah, we had a good week of practice. The kids have really done a good job this year of focusing on the job at hand and the process and the fundamentals and just playing from play to play and not worry about the scoreboard, not worry about anything outside of what's on the field.
Of course, obviously, the huge offensive output, Dontrell Sessions, 7 touchdown passes, a Jacksonville High School record. And he did in the first half. And so we were all wondering at the half, my goodness, is he going to do the snowman and get touchdown number 8, or is he going to get more? And it just, you didn't have to have it. I mean, you just got such a big lead, 49-21 at the half.
Yeah, when you have that kind of lead at halftime, you've got to make a decision. Are you going to keep pressing? Or are you going to play this thing out and try to get the game over as fast as you can and get everybody healthy into the playoffs? And that's what we wanted to do. I think we only threw 2 passes the second half. So we made a conscious decision to back off and try to get to the playoffs healthy. And
you said going into the ball game that you felt that it was going to be a game where you would throw the ball and they would throw the ball, and it turned out, obviously, Jacksonville threw the ball a lot. Dontrell finished 13 of 16, I think 365 yards, and again, no turnovers again, Coach, that's happened a lot this year. So the turnover ratio has been really good for your football team.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of maturity. Kids that have played a lot of ball, our seniors understand the importance of forcing turnovers and taking care of the football. So we've got a lot of seniors touching the ball right now, and so those kids are doing a good job of ball security.
I mentioned a moment ago that it started off, both teams went 3 and out on their first 2 offensive possessions, and then the big touchdown pass to Cade Chandler, and boy, the floodgates just opened up. How much confidence does that give your team when you get those monster plays like that? I mean, the sideline and the crowd, a sellout crowd, just exploded. What does that do to your team emotionally when that happens?
I think it's kind of an aha moment for everybody because we've seen that happen during the season where it seems like once we get that big pass play, we tend to continue to get them. They never come in ones; they always come in 2s or 3s, and so. When that happened, late in the first quarter, it was like, there it is. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen again tonight, and so things just started clicking after that.
6-4 regular season record as you head into the playoffs, same as last year, Coach. But it seems like this year your team took a step forward in a lot of areas. And of course, you just mentioned the discipline with not having a lot of turnovers. It just seems like your program's progressing, if you will. Maybe the record was the same as last year, but it seems like that it's moving forward. How do you feel about that?
We have diversified ourselves definitely on the offensive side of the ball. The ability, last year running the ball so much, and this year with a lot more pass. We're working towards that balance we need to get to, and we're developing kids in the program that can, quarterbacks in the program that have the ability to run and throw. So as we go along, I expect this just to get better.
And defensively, I mean, the tackling is so much better than it has been before you guys got here.
Yeah, we're real conscious about going through our tackling circuits early in the week and developing kids' tackling skills. So that's something you've got to be dedicated to. You can't go into practice and spend all your time preparing for the opponent. You have to go into practice and make sure you take care of the fundamentals every Monday and Tuesday.
Well, there certainly was a lot of highlights in this ball game. Jacksonville and Nacogdoches winning it last week, the Fighting Indians, 56-34 over Nac. Let's take a look now at some of those highlights. Coach, about the middle of the first quarter, here's when the everything changed. Both teams had gone 3 and out on their first 2 possessions, and then Dontrell unloads here to Cade Chandler.
Cade can run, and they had a new guy in at corner, a kid that hadn't been playing there very much this year, and we had a chance to get one-on-one there.
And here's their sophomore quarterback, Jake Smith, going in and knotting it up at 7, so Nacogdoches is right there.
He's a really good young quarterback for them. He's got a bright future.
Here's another connection from Dontrell to Cade Chandler, the second connection from 79 yards.
There it is again. We've got the same corner on him, and Cade takes advantage of it.
Of course, they had a pretty good receiver here in James Sowards. He catches a 17-yard touchdown pass here from his quarterback, Jake Smith. Goes up and gets it.
Yeah, big, tall kid, 6'3", good athlete, one of their best weapons.
Jay-Sean Bush on the receiving end of this 67-yarder from Dontrell.
Dontrell really has progressed and throws a great deep ball.
Solid effort here by Chad Lathan. Nacogdoches is running back. He'll be back next year for a 7-yard touchdown run. This didn't have contained there.
Option defense, you got to play your assignments.
Watch Josh McDowell fight in here after he catches it at the 4, gets hit, fights through, sticks it over, touchdown from 13.
Josh is always telling us, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open. He doesn't care. There's a safety in the middle that's fixing to hit him.
Here's another circus catch by Chris Carpenter, your sophomore, talented wide receiver. Look at this.
Yeah, just another great catch by him. He's made some catches like that this year for us.
Of course, 3-year starter Josh McDowell steps in for a pick right here at the NAC 10, or takes it down to the 10. Great interception.
Yeah, Josh is making plays for us right now on both sides of the ball.
Touchdown pass number 5, D. Spencer. This is a second progression throw right here, isn't it?
Yeah, he had to come down to his check down there, and Spencer makes a great run right here.
Uses his speed there and gets in for the score. And, of course, it was big-time halftime lead at 49-21, and go on and finish it off 56-34. Coach, as I said earlier, just not only were you trying to make the playoffs, but you had all these distractions and all these things that were going on and everything. That was a challenge to your coaching staff. A lot of credit has to go to you guys because you kept the players focused. You got them. They were recognized on senior night. Now let's get back in here and let's get focused.
Yeah, we've had this motto of leave no doubt all year because last year we finished the season scoring a touchdown with 4 seconds left. I mean, there was doubt all the way to the end of the 10th game last year about whether or not we could get in the playoffs. So, we've been calling out leave no doubt all year, and finally we get to this game and we're in the same situation where we got to make the playoffs to win. And we really talked about it, that week of let's not do that again. Let's not put ourselves in this situation at the end of the game where we've got to, pull a rabbit out of the hat. And so the kids did a great job of going out and attacking during this game and making sure there wasn't any doubt in the second half.
Well, there's no doubt that you got your hands full this next week in by-district as the Fighting Indians will be playing in Palestine at Wildcat Stadium, kickoff at 7 o'clock. And it's the College Station Cougars. Now, this is a high school that's been around since 2012, kind of a relatively new high school there. Very talented group, ranked number 8 in the state, 8-2. I think they were undefeated in their district. Coach, this is a good football team in College Station.
They really are. Their 2 losses are to the top-ranked 6A team and the top-ranked private school team. So they've played a really good schedule. They played the same schedule last year and went 10-0 with that schedule. So, and they missed the state championship game by a 1-point loss in the semifinals. So we've got our hands full. But the good news is our team has been improving steadily. We have not maxed out yet. We're getting better every week. We're not the team you want to play in the first round. We've got a good squad. We've got kids that can make plays. And we have some athletes that can match up with their very, very explosive quarterback. So it's be a challenge for us to keep him contained, but I like my team.
You seem to be peaking at the right time. Obviously, the first 3 games of district against the 3 best teams, you played well in all 3 of those ball games, and then you kind of started the Lindale. You come in the second half, and then obviously last week seemed to be moving up that level you need to be.
Yeah, you definitely you don't want to be going into the playoffs, on a losing streak. You want to be winning games. Our kids have got a lot of confidence right now. The system is just getting more and more comfortable for them every week, and I think we're going to play well.
College Station, a spread offense led by their quarterback Marquez Perez. He's just a talented young man. And talk about what College Station does offensively and defensively.
They're going to run the spread, and they're going to try to run the quarterback. And we've got to keep him contained. We've got to force him to throw the football. The trick in that is they do have a Division I receiver out wide that you're going to have to disguise coverages on and try to double him at times, and other times take chances and not double him. But we're blessed. We've got a couple really good corners. This kid that they've got is like a 6'4" receiver, but I mean, we've got a couple 6'1" corners, so most high schools don't have that.
Yeah.
And, we have to take our chances sometimes with those kids and have them make plays for us. So it's not like we don't have any weapons. We've got kids. I mean, they may have a few more players than us, but we've got a good football team to put on the field.
Defensively, Coach, I mean, your secondary has really come on this year. I can't remember when Jacksonville has had this many interceptions, so obviously they're playing the ball well, and that's going to have to come into play, I'm sure, Friday night. It
is. You're going to see situations where we're going to have to man up their big-time receiver, and a lot of times they just throw jump balls to him. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to make a play here and there on that kid, and they're going to make their plays. Nac had the big receiver last week, and he made a couple plays, but we made a couple plays. So that's going to happen. That's the nature of the game, and that's what makes it fun.
Offensively, obviously passing the football is going to be something that College Station will have to defend against Jacksonville. Is that just kind of your MO that you go in the game, look, this is what we do, or do you have some other wrinkles?
Yeah, I think we have to realize our best chance of winning the game is keep doing what we've had success with and throw the football. And I fully expect them not to sit back in a base zone defense and let us throw. I expect them to bring the pressure, and we're going to have to be able to handle that.
A lot of our viewers are wondering probably, how did Jacksonville get to play a game in Palestine 30 miles down the road, and how did that come into play, getting that close of a ball game?
College Station actually had Week 10 open, so they spent the whole week trying to find stadiums, and it's really hard to find a neutral site halfway between Jacksonville and College Station. And last year, of course, we went all the way down to Sam Houston to play A&M Consolidated. This year it just turned out that the best stadium that was available on a Friday night happened to be in Palestine, so that worked out well for us.
Coach, what are the keys to the ball game for your team to advance in the playoffs?
Yeah, for sure, contain their quarterback. They're going to try to run the option like Nacogdoches did, and that's something that they're going to watch on film. They're going to try to do that. We got to be very disciplined about that. So contain him and then protect our quarterback because we know we can throw and catch. We've got good receivers. It's going to be a battle of the wills. They're going to want to put pressure on our quarterback, and we're going to have great pass pro by our offensive line.
This senior class, 23 of them, and I know it's a special group to you because they were sophomores when you and your staff got here, and of course they don't want it to end. And I know that going into a game like this, you think, well, last year we made this game. You made the by-district playoffs. How do you keep your team from saying that they're just satisfied, that they're just glad to be there? We made the playoffs, woo, that's it. No, we need to advance.
Yeah, I think that's a trap you can fall into when you start looking outside of what's really important. And we are constantly talking about the only thing that's important right now is the next play or the next snap in practice. And don't worry about goals that have nothing to do with making you better at the moment. Only worry about the moment and what you can do to be the best player for the rest of the team right now. And when the day comes that you don't get to play anymore, then you can look and say, oh, we did more than we thought we could do, or we did less than we thought we could do. There's plenty of time for that later on. Yeah. Right now, it's just figure out how am I going to execute my assignment on this next play.
Well said. It's Jacksonville versus College Station in the by-district round of the playoffs. Game will be in Palestine at Wildcat Stadium. We'll be on the air at 6:20 on 94.3 FM The Bull. Hope you can join us for head coach Wayne Coleman. I'm Matt Montgomery. We'll see you next time right here on Smoke Signals.